Well, we're back again. Another week of the FML podcast, episode number 14, I think we decided on.
I think that's
But
right. 14
it sounds
episodes.
right.
Something like that.
Let's
It's
yeah,
been
it's been
so
too
fucking
long.
long and miserable to stream with you. To be honest, I am kind of losing track.
Whoa. I thought you were so happy. What do you
I've
mean it's
had
been miserable?
I've had a tough weekend. I've been really fucking tired. I've been eating like crap. Maybe drank a little bit more than I should. Not feeling great today, so maybe I am in FML mood, to be honest with you.
Good.
I'm sure the fucking chat will love that. The chat will love the fact that I'm that I'm a little bit back to normal, maybe temporarily. We'll see. But yeah, it's been I was really angry this morning on Daily. I was really fucking angry.
Yeah, there were people that were like, "Oh, Ryan's in a bad mood today. It's gonna be perfect." I think someone even said it's like nostalgic. I'm like, he's been happy for like 2 weeks, guys, maybe 3. I don't know if his mood changed that rapidly for that long amount of time. Like, I don't think 3 weeks is enough to say, "Wow, finally everything's going back to the way it used to be."
Yeah, that's what people seemed. That's what it felt like there.
Yeah.
Someone said when Ryan is miserable, everyone else is happy. Yeah, you're not wrong.
That's true. But yeah, hi guys, welcome on in. Hope you're doing good. Ryan, I forgot to ask you before we started any FML stories. Have you
I
seen
definitely know we have at least one.
Because people don't leave them on my live streams. They only leave them on yours. I think they probably do because you re-upload them to your live channel. So everyone's like, Ryan will find it. So
yeah, and I
figured
did
I'd
have
see.
one at least. I may have missed one or two of them, but one I definitely found. From Astro Creep says, "Good day. Here's my fuck my life story. 10 years, ongoing mystery illness. Can't eat or drink without being sick. Struggle to leave bed. Unable to work and earn enough cash to live. Can't book in for anything because illness randomly pops up and waiting 4+ years for a hospital appointment. Basically wish I was dead. Fuck my life."
That sucks.
Yeah, that sounds really bad, actually. That sounds really shitty.
Yeah, that does.
And then he says, "Ryan, get to Egypt. Not going to happen. Didn't happen. Can't wait for Japan." Yeah, that's months away, huh? Love the podcast. Hail FNT, FML. We need you on FF. Hail. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe that'll happen someday. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, Ryan's about to be kicked out of the inner circle if he doesn't become more miserable again or LARP as a miserable person. So
the inner circle. What's the inner circle?
You know, F and T. You got G and G. Everyone's gonna drop you, Ryan.
That's true. If I betray the brand too much, is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking for a new host. Got to replace you. I mean, it's been great for the 14 weeks, but things are going downhill. Yeah.
Has it really been great, or has it just been it's fine?
It's been great. You know, you gotta be
Sounds
positive.
very confident.
Yeah, we have to be happy and hopeful and positive. That's the new FML.
Who knows what the fucking future holds? We'll put it that way. Who knows what the future holds?
Maybe I know Ryan's feeling extra happy today, though, because of the DSP versus Asmongold situation. That'll be fun.
Kind of. It was such like I think people really built it up and expected so much more out of it than it was ever going to be.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like I listened to the entire thing. I listened to the entire thing in double speed, thankfully, as I was like catching up on it. And I think people had way bigger expectations for it. And I think some people are like disappointed that Asmongold didn't go like way harder on all this shit. This is basically kind of how I thought it was going to go. Asmongold, putting a couple criticisms out of there, being pretty sarcastic at times with like listening to DSP explain shit, probably knowing that he's bullshitting and lying, but not really pressing him on it because he's not a DSP lore expert. And this also, I just don't think that this is like the most important thing in Asmongold's life is to call DSP who gets 200 or 300 people watching him on a good day. Well, unless like today with a big reaction stream.
Right.
Like calling out on these fucking decades of lies. You know, I just don't think that that's something that Asmongold particularly thinks is like the most
Yeah.
important thing in the fucking world, you know?
Yeah, well, Asmongold is, you know, a little bit of a shit poster and he likes to stir the pot. So like I get that people, you know, had high expectations, but also we're talking about Asmongold, who just kind of says what he thinks, but then DSP, who sort of molds the truth and his opinions around like who he's talking to. And so he makes posts like I think he initially was like, "Hey, you." What did he say to Asmongold? Like,
Hey,
read your
lazy,
DMs, you lazy shit.
you lazy shit. Stop talking about me like a bitch. And it's like DSP is the one that escalated things like that.
Oh, absolutely. But he wanted to make sure that he got a reaction so that he got on a stream. And I bet tomorrow when he's back and he's live again, his viewership isn't going to be any higher.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to get any sustained momentum out of this other than the good feeling that now he's buddies with Asmongold. I think that's what DSP thinks. And you're right. DSP's relationship with the truth is very malleable. And
oh, absolutely.
It's always the same shit. It's always the same shit time after time with this fucking pig, right? It's the same thing. It is, I'm a different person now. But when I was doing these things a year ago, 6 months ago, 5 years ago, I thought it was the right thing to do then. But I realized now that that was fucked up and I don't do those things anymore. But it's always just lie after lie after lie. Like listening to him talk about how he's totally fine with the reaction channels. It's just the ones that are just straight up uploading his stuff with no editing. Who does that? Like none of the big fucking reaction channels, none of the big ones like that are just no edits, no nothing. The ones that are the biggest are the fucking edited ones. It's the transformative ones. Those are the ones.
It's the ones that are funny.
Oh. Yes,
DSP himself isn't funny. The only reason why DSP is funny is because you can have somebody edit, I don't know what he said, let's say for argument's sake, for today's stream versus what he said 5 months ago or 5 years ago when he had a completely different opinion. So that's why DSP is so funny, and that's why he's a lol cow. Not because of unedited, like, re-uploads and streams and stuff, but we'll get into that, chat, don't you worry. We have some clips. I only have a couple clips, actually. I'm sure that there's plenty more, though, that we'll go through. Brodo Swaggins, thank you for the 5. Orion Johnson confirms what we all knew, or what we knew all along. He's not getting a trilogy, a rare anti-FML, until you remember TLJ exists. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so funny to see like a Hollywood Reporter article that says Ryan Johnson's trilogy not happening. It's like, no fucking shit.
Yeah,
it's
like we've
on
known
like
that.
a decade of this shit at this point almost. Like, yes, no shit. It's not going to fucking happen. Shocking. Right.
It's like with the guys who came from Game of Thrones. I like to call them Dumb and Dumber, David Benioff and DB Weiss or whatever their fucking names are. Like they were supposed to be doing, God, insert different franchise here. They were in talks for like 4 different things, but Star Wars was one of the big ones. And then they never got any of that content, which I, of course, think is hilarious because they were the driving factors behind Game of Thrones, like wrapping up so quickly. Like, I'm sure that there were some actors that were getting a little bit annoyed, but at the same time, we're not talking about the actors who were the leads who are getting 10, 15, 20 million dollars a season. We're not talking about those guys, and anybody else that's smaller could just be recast if they don't want to stick around. But they were so quick to wrap up the show and get it done so they could go off and do, you know, dumb things that never got made anyway.
It's one of the reasons, you're right. It's one of the reasons they wanted to rush to the end of Game of Thrones season 8, so they could hurry up and do Star Wars. And now, like, here we are. No Star Wars shit.
Aren't the Duffer Brothers also doing something else after Stranger Things too? And there was like a report that they wanted to actually originally go 6 seasons, but they kind of cut it off at 5, not only because like the actors, but also because they wanted to go do something else.
I don't think so. Now, I do think they want to actually do some movies and like put some
Yeah,
stuff in
which makes
theaters and things.
sense.
But I don't believe that they cut anything short for
I
it.
don't know if I believe that either, but
Yeah, it's like it's hard to imagine. I mean, it's a long time that Strange Things been around. I mean, this is 9 years at this point since 2016. I feel like I'm really excited to see the conclusion and to see the finale and for it to be over and see who fucking dies. And I hope it's the gay kid Will. I really hope he dies just because I hate his character. Just for clarification. And Jonathan. Jonathan's useless too. Fuck Will. Fuck Jonathan. Get them both out. If Steve dies, I will riot. But I know he's probably gonna die, and
really?
that pisses me off. I
I
love
don't
Steve.
know. Why?
Why?
Yeah, I don't think he's that memorable of a character. I mean, I think he's cool, but like would I be sad to see I want just for clarification, I want everybody to die. I want there to be like, I don't know, Will Byers' mother to live. I don't know,
Joyce?
so yeah, I want like Joyce to live. I want like
Bro, if
I
Joyce
don't know,
dies, if
enter
Winona
an
dies, that's not gonna
enter
be
an
good.
XYZ other like side character. I don't want any of the main cast to live except like for her. She's great. I love Winona Ryder.
Winona
Besides
Ryder
that, everybody else, bye.
Winona Ryder, especially in season 1, like obviously each season, like season 4 is a little bit goofy with the Russia thing or whatever, but especially in like seasons 1 and 2, she gives a phenomenal fucking performance.
Yeah, she's
Like
so good.
as like a mother who's like struggling through and doing all this shit and taking care of her kids to lose her child and is like going through this mental fucking breakdown and not sure what's real or not. She gives a phenomenal performance in season 1.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
yeah, but no, back to Steve. I think that Steve's one of the best fucking characters. Steve was not supposed to be a big deal, right? He was not supposed to have as much time as he did in season 1. He wasn't a character that's supposed to stick around for that long. But the more they shot him and the more like chemistry he had with Nancy and stuff like that, they decided to change it a little bit for him to come back and have that big fucking moment where he bursts back into the fucking buyer's house and picks up the fucking bat and spins it around. And
Yeah.
I thought that was fucking awesome. And I guess Steve, to me, it's fucking brutal to watch because it's this dude who has like changed and his priorities changed and he is in love with Nancy and Nancy fucking goes away from him and chooses somebody else. And Steve and Nancy belong together. Like they just fucking should be. Jonathan's a fucking loser. Jonathan is a bitch boy. And I just it would be so something they do that if him and Nancy finally get together, because then you have the whole season 3 arc where Steve's finally trying to move past Nancy and
Yeah.
is trying to get with Robin with Maya Hawke, and he fucking finally opens up and spills his fucking guts to her, and she's like, "I actually like to lick pussy. Sorry, Steve," and it's like, fuck, man.
You know what
Fuck.
they're gonna
But
do
then-
with Steve is they're gonna have it so that him and Nancy reconnect. It's like her and Jonathan, like like it's kind of over for them or whatever, and she's not really sure. And then right before the final big battle, Nancy's like, "If you come back, we're gonna be together." And Steve's like, "Yeah," and then Steve's gonna fucking die, and then she's gonna end up with Jonathan anyway.
Well, I actually think they're going to like get together, and then Steve's going to die.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
I think is going to happen, or he's going to sacrifice himself or something. But like, I think Steve just has great, like the way he kind of acts as the babysitter throughout season 2. Him and
Season 2
Dustin,
is so bad.
him and Dustin are really good together.
Yeah, I don't know.
I love Steve.
Season 2 and season 3, they had so many like problems and loose ends. Of course, the major one that I always bring up is Eleven's psycho sister, who they reference for 5 minutes and then they completely forget about her.
Season, like people like to talk. So my perspective is different than probably some other people because I didn't watch until 4 seasons were out. And finally I
Yeah.
got bullied enough and got a good recommendation, not from someone like Jeremy, but from someone I actually trust, who told me to watch it. And so I watched it as I binged the entire thing. So my perspective is different than people that have been sitting around watching it since it came out. But I think season 2 is the worst. I think season 1 is the best. I think
season 3
4
had the best aesthetic.
Yeah, exactly.
The
so I think
mall was sick.
Yeah, so season 1 is the best, the tightest, and I don't think it can ever be topped. Season 4 to me is the second best season. Because the story and because
season 1 was so good though.
What? So
yes, season 1 was.
I said season 1's the best.
Yeah.
And then season 4 is the second best.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like
and then season 3 and then season 2.
Yeah, season 1, but man, I don't know what my I don't know what my number 2 would be. I kind of want to say season 3.
See, a lot of
season
people
4
think
kind of kicked it into high gear though. There's just so much going on.
Yes, it was massive in scope and scale and time. The run times for some of those were crazy. Obviously Hopper being in jail the entire time in season 4 in Russia throws things off, you know? But season 3, you're right about the aesthetic. It was goofy, fucking like Russian, like Terminator vibe, the mall vibe. But it was different, and it was them growing up. It was a different, as opposed to season 2, which is just a carbon copy of season 1.
Yeah, you know? Season 2. I feel like all of them have their strengths and weaknesses, and I generally feel like people either want you absolutely love it or you absolutely hate it. But like, I thought all of them had decent moments. Now the problem comes in with this new season and the final season, because if they don't stick the landing, then the rest of the show is just, it's bad. Because there's so many loose ends that if they don't tie some of them up, or if all the characters live, right, and it's happy day, you know, fuck that.
What are the loose ends for you that need to get tied up? Like, to me, I feel like a lot.
I think it boils down to relationships. Like Hopper and Joyce, I want to know how their relationship is going to, like, those loose ends. Basically, 11 and everybody else individually. Again, like the sister, if she comes back around, what's going to happen between specifically 11 and Will? Like, for me, the thing that makes Stranger Things interesting is the characters. Like you said, Dustin and Steve, they're very good together. They're very cool together. But if they, I don't know, get in a stupid fight in episode 1 and then the rest of the season they don't talk, well then, okay, that's stupid. And then the season for them is ruined. Because you can have cool aesthetics all you want, but like cool aesthetics can only do so much.
Yeah, like I guess I don't view those as loose ends so much as I assume that by the time we get to the end, we're gonna know either people are fucking dead or what their future's, you know, somewhat going to look like. Yeah. Like loose ends to me are like plot threads that got dropped. I think you could say something like with the sister or whatever. I don't think they're going to do that because it was terrible. It was so poorly received. That episode is the worst Stranger Things episode ever when they just focused on her. So I don't know. She
was at the premiere for.
She was?
Yeah, or the red carpet event or whatever it is you want to call it that they did. Basically, celebrities getting together and circle jerking each other. She was there.
Was Fat Barb there too?
Yeah, she was there. And so she's actually in this new season.
She is going to be in it briefly. Yeah. Like, I do think we're going to get extra reveals of things that have happened about Barb, potentially. Like how they basically confirmed that in episode 1, it wasn't Vecna that went for Will. 11 went to the house, and then she scared Will outside, and that's why Vecna was fucking with Will? Possibly. Well, what we know is it's not the Demogorgon.
Right.
That's what we know. We know that in the first episode, we're going to find out exactly what happened to Will and why he was targeted and shit and everything behind it. And certainly could have been 11 involved in it with the breakout at the same time, all that shit. But it obviously isn't the Demogorgon because we know that someone used telekinesis to unlock that fucking door and open it. And personally for me, I didn't know if they had just decided to, because it was so fucking scary at the time, they didn't know exactly what was going down, or if they've retroactively decided to explain. Who fucking knows? But long story short, I am excited for Stranger Things to finish. I hope that they stick the landing, and I don't think it needs to be perfect for me to enjoy it. As long as it's a solid season and it, wraps everything up, I think it's going to be fucking huge. But Steve's a badass. One of the best characters in Stranger Things.
I mean, Steve's cool. I just don't know if I'd say he's like the best character or one of the best characters.
He's
but
one
I
of the best
appreciate
characters.
him. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it's probably going to disappoint all of us. So,
I mean, yeah, the way things are going, I will probably be fucking disappointed by Stranger Things. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, glad that we went on a fucking 10-minute rant based on somebody bringing up Star Wars. Again, Proto, you got a lot out of your 5. Much appreciated.
Not much of it was Star Wars related.
It was 98%. Yeah. Well, the new episodes for Stranger Things come out Wednesday at like 8 p.m. So
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So like it is not that far away. So we'll probably end up talking about it next week too. NetStealer, thank you for the 5. Varadark, that's me. Can you play the Ryan George short? I'm not gonna lie, it's not on Facebook today, and Ryan instantly came to mind, laughed hard. I don't know what that is, and if it's only on Facebook, well, that's a problem. Do you know what it is? Have you ever seen it?
Ryan George short?
Ryan George short. No idea. But yeah, I'll let you do that. PP Poo Poo Girl, thank you for the 99-cent super sticker. Much appreciated. Gautier, thank you for the 5. Hi, Vera and Ryan. I hope you both are having a great week. I love this podcast. Unfortunately, now you're just somebody that I used to know. Thank you for the 5. I'm, of course, very grateful that I have to think about this song basically 6 out of the 7 days a week now. My personal hell.
There's like Ryan George has 1.83 million subscribers. There's a fuck ton of videos. I don't know what the short is.
I don't know what short it is either, but thank you for your dono. Much appreciated. Yeah,
Thanks,
I have no clue. Chupacabra, thank you for the $4.99. Finally did it. Started a channel doing action figure reviews and live streaming some games. Tried to make a video, but FML, what software do y'all use? Streamlabs OBS.
That's exactly what I use to record videos as well. Streamlabs OBS. You can't just use regular plain OBS.
It's kind of annoying.
It just feels I don't know. Like Streamlabs just is smoother and like easier and a little bit more intuitive. It's much more like
plug and play.
Yeah. Whereas OBS it feels like it's more complicated, even though it's really not. Like it's the same shit. It just looks nicer and cleaner, but also drains more of your memory.
That is true. But yeah, I mean, we both use the same exact thing. That's what I would recommend. It's pretty easy to learn. And if you have any other questions, let me know. Hope you have fun, though. Thanks for the 5. Also, NetStealer says, I weep for the kids today. Pitch meetings.
I weep for the kids today.
Pitch meetings. Thank you for that. Zero, thank you for the 5. At Ryan, thoughts on Leslie Headland's admission. She sees the world through her queer lens and thus pushed it into the Acolyte.
I didn't actually see that portion in her in the big interview.
I haven't heard that either.
I think she has actually said that before. Like,
but
I remember making videos. I think I remember making videos about that before this big interview that just dropped, where she talked about that.
Yeah, like years ago.
In interviews leading up to the Acolyte, she talked about it.
Yeah, but I don't know anything else like that specifically happened. I'll see if I could find it really, really quick though. But thank you for the 5-0. And Dan, thank you for the 12 months as a bronze Titan. What a Chad. Thank you. Thank you. So I see the rap article where I think that it uses, I think this is the one you had referenced though. That
he said in the chat, it's in the video part of her interview. Was there a video portion accompanying this rap interview? I haven't seen a video of that yet.
I'll have to see if I
Um,
could find an archive of this real quick.
maybe there is a video of that. I haven't seen it. But
Yeah.
she had, maybe you saw one from before because she has said it before. And we talked, it's not surprising. It's why these fucking activists all fail. It's why you try to put a bunch of gay shit in Star Wars because that's all you know and that's all you can fucking do.
As looking up queer. All right. Oh gosh, I wish it wasn't coming out in an election year, she had said in 2024. I think that's contributed to the move away from DEI hires. And I would say we're not a company that is interested in that. A queer woman and my other hires as are women. It just means that that's my community. I am queer, so I just see the world through my specific lens, and that means just doing different things.
Right. And so that's referencing an interview that she did in 2024.
Yeah.
Which is why, like I said, that's a little bit old news, I think.
Right.
Oh wait, no, this is new.
So I think that she so this is her answer. Her answer is bringing up again that she sees the world through her queer goggles.
Yeah. She's said exactly that shit before.
Well, right.
Sure.
So that's the thing is like, she has said this like multiple times. I mean, even scrolling up, right? Lesbian Leslie Headland brings a queer lens, 2021.
Yeah, like
Lesbian
Leslie
Leslie
Headland's excited to bring her queer
brings a
point
queer
of view.
lens. Yeah.
Like Leslie Headland excited to bring her queer point of view to the Star Wars universe. This is how the single's pitched. So
Right. Come on, Ryan. You love the Acolyte. We know you did.
I love the views I get off of it.
Yeah, definitely. But you did a video on this, right?
I did.
On this brand new little article. What's your TLDR, Ryan? What are your thoughts on it besides bullshit, and bullshit?
The TLDR is Leslie Headland going out of her way to, while looking like she's saying, you know, sometimes these things happen and I get it, and maybe not everybody loved it, but I'm really proud of what we did, while at the same time using every opportunity to somewhat blame the fucking audience and blame YouTubers for its failure by saying, you know, people are free to have whatever their opinions are, but just know that there's a lot of people that are monetized and making videos about this, and it's a business. And, you know, some of them are probably telling the truth, but a lot of them are snake oil salesmen and opportunists and racists and fascists. That's what Leslie Headland said.
Yes,
so like,
did.
Even though some of it is portrayed in a way that I think she is hoping makes it come off as she's accepting some accountability, really she's trying to push the fucking blame. Like that's what she's doing.
But this is how everybody in Hollywood acts. It's like you mentioned, she's only got this one talking point that she pushes over and over and over. And that's how these types of people are. They're not smart. They're not fans of the material they're working with. And so all they can really do is take a chat GPT basically like portion of information that they get about something. And then they constantly just say the same thing over and over. And sure, sometimes they will like repurpose it, sometimes they will change the wording, but generally it's the same talking points for people like Leslie Headland because they don't know what they're talking about. And it sucks, right? It sucks to see someone like Leslie Headland getting a hold of Star Wars and basically anything at this point. And it sucks that Star Wars is in this state, but you know, while it does suck because we think of the material that we used to like, also, what are we supposed to say at this point? If someone like Leslie Headland is going to be given the reins, you go for it, and I hope you fuck it up as much as possible. So maybe one day things are different, even though that's definitely a long shot. But, I mean, everybody at Disney, everybody at looking at the video game industry, the Obsidians and the BioWares and the EA, they all think this way because their activism comes first. The only thing they have that is special about them, or that they view as special, is their sexuality and basically the cult that they're a part of. And so they can only go into interviews like this and constantly bring up this talking point. Oh, it's so important for me and my community. And, you know, I'm queer. Yeah, we fucking get it. You constantly talk about how you're queer.
You can just watch your content and we understand that. And I'm sharing like one of the headlines that's coming out of it here. And Leslie Headland calls YouTube critics fascists and racist while addressing the Acolyte cancellation. And the whole thing is presented as, well, we're setting the bar low because we always knew it was a big risk to do this because we don't get to have some of the big cameos and we don't get to have, stormtroopers because we're doing it so early. We don't get to have characters from the OT and stuff like that. All we get are lightsabers. And it's like, are you fucking kidding me? You have any idea how iconic a lightsaber is? You have any idea how many retarded, stupid fucks are in the Star Wars fan base that all they want to see is a flashing lightsaber?
It's so true though. Lightsabers, they enhance all the fucking content. And it's cool, right? It's a nice aesthetic. When you see somebody with what is basically a lightsaber equivalent in, I don't know, a random video game, you go, it's a lightsaber. You don't say, oh, it's this, it's a light sword. You say it's a lightsaber because that's what your mind goes to. And that's why Star Wars was special once, was because it had all of these notable, unique things. And, I mean, yeah, we see what Disney does with unique and special.
And she would go on to say that I wasn't surprised by it getting canceled because she admitted that it had bad ratings. She admitted that Disney and Lucasfilm were calling her saying the reaction to this is really fucking bad and the numbers aren't there. But what she was surprised by was that it was public, that it was so quick. But the reality is it wasn't public. That was a leak, if you remember. That wasn't an announcement from Disney that it was canceled. Disney likely would have been fine with, just like everything else they do, not mention it for fucking 8 years while the fan base is like, is this ever going to happen? Before
I think anybody with half a fucking brain cell could figure out it wasn't going to happen.
Yeah. And, but like the Acolyte fans, however, they are getting really triggered over this whole interview and they're ready to defend Leslie Headland. The publicness also being canceling on Manny Jacinto's birthday. # renew the Acolyte. How dare they pick a random day when a leak came out from Disney that it was canceled?
Right. It's like, imagine how many people worked on this show that had fucking birthdays. I don't know, all of them, you dumb ass. Like, seriously? Everybody's got a fucking birthday. You're not special. Whoopi freaking knew. They picked this guy's birthday. They probably don't even know when that guy was born. They don't fucking know his age. They don't know what day his birthday's on.
You got people calling to boycott Disney now because they can't get another season of The Acolyte. Until Lucasfilm is free from Disney's boot or Iger's, I'm done with Star Wars. I'm going to continue to watch what I enjoy, own, and write for what I love. But I'm done with anything new unless things changed. I can't get invested anymore. It hurts too much. # fuck around and find out. # boycott Disney. Fuck around and find out with the Acolyte fan community. Love in Alderaan places. Lucasfilm, Disney did them so dirty. I will genuinely never forgive them for how they allowed an entire show to be eviscerated by the largest gathering of racists and sexists.
So stupid.
People coping about Acolyte's views because it was the second most watched thing on Disney Plus in a year where they had almost nothing but failures on Disney Plus. The Star Wars bigots who only understand Star Wars as far as their limited imagination will allow spouted lies and bad faith arguments about a show most of them didn't watch, then cried when people started calling them out for the bigots and racist and trogs that they are.
These words mean nothing anymore. Bigot, racist, sexist, loser.
Have you ever heard someone abbreviate troglodyte to trogs?
No, but I deduced what it meant, but I've never.
So did I, but I've never
heard
seen
anybody.
It like that before.
I've never seen it that way. But I mean, we're talking about people who are fucking stupid, right? And they constantly try to, act trendy, and that means abbreviating stuff.
I fully respect the decision. Well, I don't. So # renew the Acolyte. This person has been posting renew the Acolyte. The Acolyte characters as text post until we get a renewal for like 400 days now.
How many likes on the original post?
I would have to scroll up 480 days. I'm not going to do that.
How many ones on this one?
21.
Whew, they're gonna listen. It's like the mindset in the video game industry about how these loony lefties will constantly say, "Oh my gosh, companies, you're like, I don't know, being bullied into submission. Oh my gosh, you're listening to the chuds. The chuds aren't the real fans." Well, clearly you guys aren't the real fucking fans either, because if there was enough of you and you actually watched it, they would renew it. So what are they doing? Are they listening to the chuds who are being bullies, or are they actually looking at their bottom line and deducing, well, this isn't profitable? Nobody watched this show. Nobody rated the show positively. Everybody hates it.
Yeah, not a lot of people watch it. The people that did not like it. It was an overwhelming disaster.
Well, except for, I guess, the people who basically took the characters and probably went on to like write fan fictions about them.
Yeah, you got your fan fictions. Here it is. July 31st, 2024, tweeting the Acolyte characters as text posts until we get the renewal, day 1. And this says, they hate me for being a slut, to be honest, and maybe also the killings too, but that's unlikely.
429 likes. 13K interactions. Wow, guys.
And now it's down to 21.
Disney's got a big fan base that they're trying to make their content appeal to.
Look at, they're telling you how to tell Disney that you want to save the Acolyte and the Hunt for Ben Solo with the Save the Acolyte campaign.
Imagine, okay, Ryan, what you need to do is you need to copy this image, but just this general like image format in this post format. You need to copy and paste the text, but then you need to go tell Disney not to renew X, Y, or Z and see how many people call you a fucking chud loser bigot. I don't see any of those comments here, so why is it okay these guys are saying to renew it?
I don't know.
That's how they go.
Yeah, something tells me that this renewed effort isn't going to help, considering their initial effort didn't help, and there's not a fuck enough of them to matter at all in any way, shape, or form.
And also, calling YouTube critics, fascists and racists. How many people on YouTube are truly criticizing them? Sure, there are some big channels, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, we're not talking about 10 million channels here. And if they had a big enough fan base, these YouTube racists would be drowned out. We wouldn't matter. But it's because nobody likes their content anymore.
Yeah, that's the thing. And that's why these arguments never work, because 19% audience score, nobody fucking tuned in. Most of the people that actually did reactions to it absolutely fucking despised it. So if your argument is that the racists and the fascists are the ones that didn't like this, then maybe if that's your worldview, then you have to say, well, maybe they're in the majority. Maybe the majority of people are racist and the majority of people are fascist. So then the studio should conform and make content for those people. Now, I don't think that that's the case. But if you're going to use their argument at face value, that's the truth, right? Then the majority of the audience, they're homophobic, they're racist, they're fucking bigots. So start making content for them and not for the queers.
I mean, you're not fucking wrong. You're not wrong. We're all just racists and sexists and bigots in our hearts. Maybe one day Disney will realize that. They probably should. They'd probably not be losing as much money if they just made content that the majority of humankind wants. I don't know, good, high quality entertainment that just has less gay shit in it. But also, I don't think many people would care about gay shit if they were two hot lesbians. So that's also another problem.
Yeah, and maybe we're all a little bit racist, but you know what? We can still enjoy good shit. Even the racists among us, maybe myself included, enjoyed Rush Hour. I mean, come on, Chris Tucker, Jackie Chan. Come on.
It's such a good fucking movie.
It is.
It's so good. Dan, thank you for the 10. I'll give you my perspective on Stranger Things. The first season was really good. Season 2, I have issues with it. Season 3, it was over the top goofy. The 4th season, I thought was pretty good. Well, the 4th season...
The fourth season's really fucking good.
But the 4th season also had problems. Like, Vecna didn't... Vecna didn't try to get Max to stop from escaping. Like, he didn't give a fuck. He's like, all right, bye. Like, I don't know if that's going to be a bigger plot point, maybe going forward. Also,
I think that he's the one that's fucking throwing all that shit down telekinetically at her to like try to fucking
well, yeah,
hit
but don't
her.
you think he'd be a little bit smarter about it? I don't know. It just seemed like you have this character who's basically got the power of a god, and he's over here throwing rocks at her. It just didn't seem like enough. Like she's a tiny little human. He could have just blocked her path with like 50,000 big rocks.
I don't know. I love that scene. That scene's
How
awesome.
is it is. It's cinematic. It's cool. Hey, it's not a bad scene.
And it
But
is
the
also
problem is it
like,
doesn't fully make sense.
but no, but hold on. Also, I don't know if we know exactly how the fucking rules work for some of this shit because that is this is something that's going on in her mind,
Yeah.
right? Like this is something that's going on in her mind. And so who actually even knows what the specific rules are regarding that? And like them being able to get through to her, keep running up that hill, all that shit is like that's what breaks through. Like that's what breaks through and allows her to escape.
Yeah. Also, I don't I don't think that they ever addressed this, but in the lab, like when Eleven was in the Hawkins lab, she's just casually having conversations with Vecna. But in Stranger Things season 1 at the beginning, she doesn't know how to talk. So
Well,
like she's kind of learning words. I don't like is that literally just error? I can look past some errors, but it's small stuff like that that's like okay, that's a little bit of an issue. Also, then there were other problems I had with Vecna, like I felt like so many of the characters should have died in season 4, but they got out of these crazy scenarios just because they wanted to keep all these
save the
characters
deaths for
around,
5.
right, for
Yeah.
5. Like there was the scene where I think it was Steve, who was it?
Look, the
Steve
Steves. Oh, hold on, Eddie dies,
and
and Eddie was a
Nancy, and I think it was what Robin. Like
Robin and Eddie.
they're
Yeah.
they're choked for like a billion fucking hours by
in the
Vecna.
house?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like how did that not kill even like one of them or like cause significant damage? I don't know. It's just small stuff like that that seems like plot holes. Now maybe it'll be explained. Maybe I'm looking too much into it, but I'm glad Eddie is dead.
You don't like Eddie? I like Eddie, but I'm glad he's dead. You know
I
what I mean?
I liked him in a bubble. You know,
Yes,
he's cool
it's
for like a
very
quick drive by, cool moment. Besides that, I'm good.
it's a very impactful death, you know?
Yeah.
And I know people love him. I even know people that like maybe watch the stream love him, but
Really though? I mean, he's
yes,
badass,
people
but
fucking love Eddie. People are very mad that he died. And like
yeah.
a character who got introduced in that season had a character arc, a full fucking character arc, and then dies in an impactful way. I think it was
Yeah.
great. But I'm glad that he's dead because we get to lose him. You know, you get to feel that.
Yeah, that's true. But we'll probably be talking about Stranger Things next week as well. So stay tuned. But thank you for the 10. Predon Corpse, thank you for the 10. Vera, great seeing you on Smash's stream. Also, I don't think Ryan knows anything about the meme RTU ate his daughter's eyes. Can you try to explain it for him? Do you know what that is?
I know that you fucking type it in every one of my fucking chats. Pre-Dawn
It's
Corpse. I know
funnier
you
when you get
chat
it.
it all the time. Isn't it some shit about like he thought his daughter's eyes were food or something? He ate them, and it's just something you made up, and they repeated on Kino Casino.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
So I think now I could be wrong. I think it was like a cookie or something.
Yes.
That his daughter made, and then I've only heard it once. I only had to watch the clip once last week, and then like he ate them, and then his like kid was upset, and yeah, it went onto Kino, and they were laughing at it, and
He ate his daughter's eyes?
Yeah.
And, like, they just leaned into it. Yeah. From what I
Yeah.
understand. Yeah.
yeah. But thank you for the 10 Pre-Dawn Corpse. Much appreciated. CJ, thank you for the 5. The Acolytes couldn't get the how do you say that? The key Adimundi? I don't fucking ever remember.
Kiadi Mundi. Some
Okay,
people
yeah, I'm
say
just not
Caddy
saying it.
Moondie, but I
Yeah,
say Caddy
I was gonna
Moontie.
say I'm just not saying it fast enough. Then, um, well, so this is the thing: is nobody that is part of Star Wars now knows anything about what Star Wars was. There's still so many of the expanded universe authors that are still alive, that are still writing. There's fans. There's YouTubers who have channels dedicated to Star Wars that they could bring in to correct small shit like this. But they don't. But yeah, like how would they know this one fucking actor's birthday? And also, why would like probably the legal team that they run the PR through even know his birthday?
I, what I think is there are still some people within Lucasfilm, like part of the story group and stuff, who probably know, right? Who know that that was wrong. But I think there's a big element of, do we care? Is it really that big of a deal? Can we
Right.
just fudge it and say, no, he's actually born then? Who will really care about that shit? I think that's what's happening.
Right. Right.
And I know people like Dave Filoni all the time. They know they're retconning things. It's not that they don't know. Sometimes they just don't fucking care. They don't think it's important enough to matter. They would rather just do this for the story and then just make it a retcon, because who really fucking cares about that thing? And in a vacuum, is it that big of a deal? I guess not. But it goes to the general like the problems within Star Wars and the inattention to detail and the desire to do whatever the fuck you want whenever the fuck you want. And all those problems add up to the disaster we've seen today.
Yeah, definitely. Also, the orange cat is Bilbo. It's a boy. I see people asking. Thought I'd clarify.
Why is he sleeping
Dan.
there?
Cause that's his chair. So he always sleeps on his chair or under the chair. So yeah, that's why. Dan, thank you for the 5. The Acolyte, I literally couldn't watch it. I thought the story was awful. I'm open minded on the lore of Star Wars, but clearly in the wrong direction. It's hard. It is. It's hard to see them like completely and blatantly disrespect the source material. Like, sure, the Acolyte, it didn't have a lot that represented Star Wars or felt like Star Wars or looked like Star Wars. It really, you could probably just slap another name on it and not call it Star Wars, and people would be like, man, okay, maybe this isn't so bad for the fucking 5 people that would see the marketing material. But the issue, again, is that it's supposed to be Star Wars. And people have expectations. It's like, I think we talked last week about Assassin's Creed. When Assassin's Creed is a name that is put on anything, people have certain expectations because Assassin's Creed used to be something special. It's like with Bloodlines 2. I'm sure a lot of people in chat will know that. If it wasn't called Vampire the Masquerade, yeah, sure, maybe you could technically get away with selling it to this like modern audience still, and you wouldn't face as much backlash. But everybody that like would show up to buy it because of nostalgia wouldn't, because it wouldn't be called Vampire the Masquerade. But even the new product pushed those people away anyway because it isn't the same at all. Ugh, pisses me off. I'm so fucking sick of seeing this happen time and again, but we don't expect anything better. Johnny, thank you for the 5. Love all your guys' takes on this stuff. All hail RK and VD. Much appreciated.
How you feel about the nickname VD?
I don't know. It's fine. What about it?
When I hear VD, I think of venereal disease. Like,
I don't know. I just don't
see,
think
look
of it that way. I
in
don't
the
know.
chat right there.
I don't know. There's probably way, way, way worse that could be said out there. So,
Maybe.
like VD is probably like the least of the problems on
It
the
could be
internet.
AIDS, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know. I feel like there's probably worse. Don't ask me though. Predon Corpse, thank you for becoming a YouTube member. Much appreciated. Thank you, thank you. And Andrew, thank you for the 49.99. I feel for the Star Wars lore YouTubers who live for the mythos. When the franchise imploded with contempt and agenda, their channels flatlined in real time. Proof that betraying the story doesn't just lose fans, it crushes the truest believers. Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of Star Wars channels out there. There's people that do the figures and Legos, and then all of these different like little pieces of memorabilia. People who watch all the shows and movies. It's like it's kind of like with Game of Thrones, Song of Ice and Fire. Those YouTubers, they
I
get some
I will
shows.
actually like. I hear what you're saying, Andrew. I feel like it depends because you just brought up Game of Thrones, and certainly in the aftermath of Game of Thrones season 8, like a lot of crazy shit went down. I can tell you there is still a fucking ton of Song and Ice and Fire YouTubers
Oh
that are
yeah,
making
there
shit
are.
right fucking now.
Yeah.
Like that are making a
But
ton of videos
I
right
guess
fucking now about
I'm
all of
not
this
just
stuff.
talk
Yeah.
I guess I'm not just talking about the shows. I'm also just talking about the general level of dissatisfaction. Like there were a lot of YouTubers who gave up because they're just like, I'm just kind of done with the Song of Ice and Fire. The show ended like shit. George is never going to put out the next book. There's a lot of people that lost that momentum and just gave up themselves. Not necessarily that like like their channels completely flatlined or anything like that, because when one channel flatlines, there's still going to be 10 others that are around. But there's a lot of people that just have mentally given up because it's taken a toll on them.
Yeah, and I also think too, like it's one thing if you're talking about lore shit, it's another thing if you're talking about what if stuff and like you're guessing about the next thing when there's a next thing to come out. Those are different as well. I also think in terms of all channels that do what ifs or theories or lore, AI coming out on YouTube and AI channels, I think those are more damaging to creators than just people being unhappy with a franchise, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's a big
Because
problem.
all of a sudden people can just write a dog shit AI script, have a dog shit AI person read it,
Yeah.
and some crappy background shit that doesn't even really make any sense sometimes. They mispronounce names or whatever. And all of a sudden, in no time at all, you have a 2-hour fucking lore video that may or may not have inaccuracies that gets pumped out on a YouTube 10 times a minute. So
Ryan's got a secret fucking 5th channel.
I wish.
So that's what he's
I honestly
doing.
wish I had any idea how to fucking do that shit, because maybe I would, because I see those all the time. I can't tell you how upset I get when I see a fucking cool thumbnail and like a cool, interesting, like complete fucking history of Rhaegar Targaryen, and like 2 hours. I don't even fucking play this shit. And
just
within
fucking link to the wiki page, link to some Reddit pages, and then it spits out
and
a
within
video.
2 minutes, I'm like, okay, this is an AI voice. They're mispronouncing Targaryen. They're mispronouncing Rhaegar. Like, this doesn't make sense. And it's not even fucking right. So, like, yeah, it happens all the time to me.
Yeah, there are a lot of channels that unfortunately are doing that. It's especially bad in the history space. I don't know if you listen to a lot of like history videos or anything like that, but it's really, really bad, which I think is ironic given it's AI talking about history. But I, this is, I get that there's people out there that don't view AI as being that big of a deal. And yes, it's inevitable that it's here to stay, but at the same time, like when it comes to content creation, I mean, it does suck. It does suck because some of these channels get insane views, but I hope the Indian scammers that are behind them have fun with their ad revenue.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It is what it is. It
yeah.
is what it is. Over on Rumble, I want to say thank you to Deeds Minnesota. Deeds Minnesota with a gifted subscription. By the way, Deeds Minnesota sent me an awesome birthday card to my P.O. box. A really nice birthday present. So thank you so much, Deeds. I appreciate that.
Nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's nice.
It is nice. It was very nice.
You know what I got, Ryan? Nothing.
Not shit.
Nothing.
I wouldn't expect anything.
He gets every other week of this lovely show on his channel. That is just such a gift.
You did message me happy birthday.
I
And I
did.
think I
I
said
messaged you, I think it literally like 12:05 or 12:07.
something like that. I don't know if I saw it right away, but you did message me. It's kind of strange you messaged me that quickly, but you did. And then
Why? I was literally streaming 5 minutes before.
I think I said, LOL, thank you. I think that was probably my reply. It sounds about like my reply.
Yeah. Yeah. I messaged you at 1:56 a.m.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I was gonna say I don't feel like it was at midnight.
Look at me being so nice and so freaking kind.
Still not the first person to wish me happy birthday though.
No,
The
that's all
early, but not
right.
the first.
That's all right. I'm not too worried about it. You know, there's bigger fish to fry. There's different things that take priority in my life.
My
It's all
birthday feels
right.
like it was 3 months away at this point. Honestly, it feels like it was fucking forever ago, and it was 9 days.
Yeah. I mean, my birthday was what? Almost a month ago. It's like, damn. Time, I don't know. Sometimes time feels like it's gone by fast, and then other times feels like we just can't fucking escape.
I
I'm
feel
good.
you.
Yeah.
I feel you. Yeah.
It is what it is. Now we get to talk about more garbage. Call of Duty. Ryan, I can't get you to play a video game, but if you were going to play a video game out of these two, which would you play?
Definitely Call of Duty Black Ops 7. I was looking on Metacritic. It's got great fucking reviews, like a 1.7 or something. So that tells me it's the must buy game of the year.
I mean, it's really not surprising given we all know you're gay as fuck. You're a stupid gay prick. So, yeah.
No, I mean, it'd probably be Battlefield 6. I've heard decent
the best
things about
answer
it.
is Arc Raiders.
Yeah, Arc Raiders I've heard very good things about. But if it was between these two, it'd be Battlefield 6. And apparently that's what most people are choosing. Like the sales for Black Ops 7 significantly down, 63% lower than Battlefield 6. And now we're just looking at Europe in physical and digital sales, and then 50% lower compared to Black Ops 6. Wait. Or Battlefield 6 versus Black Ops 6. Got it.
Yeah.
I was like, I thought I may have read them inversely. Yes.
Yeah. Call of Duty Black Ops 7 launch weekend sales were 63% lower than Battlefield 6's in Europe across both physical and digital sales. And Black Ops 7 sales were 50% lower compared to Black Ops 6 in Europe across physical and digital sales as well. And I mean, usually when it comes to European numbers, we get physical. We generally don't actually get digital upfront. So the fact that it's digital and physical that we're getting is bad. But to top all that off, where is it? That's not it. Where is it? Black Ops 7 has suffered the worst Japan launch in the 20-year franchise history.
That's crazy.
Is crazy. It though?
It's not crazy after we saw the trailer and everything and with the feedback we've been getting, but it is just crazy in general because we saw it coming a mile away. That trailer got fucking nuked. Like that was the worst ratio we'd seen probably since Advanced Warfare. That trailer got hammered.
Yeah, that one was bad.
And the writing was on the wall for this, and then it comes out and it just it's tough to know, like, without knowing exactly some of these numbers and the financials and what it costs. But there's no doubt that this is a huge letdown for them. This is a huge disappointment. The fact that their next Call of Duty Black Ops game specifically is this big of a disappointment. They expected a lot more money coming in than there is right now.
So I'm curious to know your thoughts. Do you think that this was always going to happen where Call of Duty would see such a massive fall off of a cliff, or did you think the decline was going to be steady? Or because I don't know. I feel like Call of Duty has been so big for so long. It's kind of wild on one hand to see it sort of just fall off of a cliff. But at the same time, I mean, we were kind of bound to reach this point where people got fed up. But the past couple of CODs have been bad.
Yeah, so I think it doesn't seem that surprising that it's like this sudden drop off, because it's not really a sudden drop off. It's because the
Well, it is in terms of
frustration.
sales. So
Yes,
that's the thing is people usually complain, but it still is the best-selling game of the year, or one of the best-selling games of the
right. But I just think
year.
the frustration has been building for several years. And now, if Battlefield 6 had been really fucking shitty and people didn't like it, I think maybe this is a different story. Because I think maybe now that like the reason that it's happening now is because Battlefield 6 is fairly well received. And so it
Right.
did feel like people give this a try instead. I'm going to skip this one. Doesn't look fucking interesting. See what happens. But it's just crazy that it's a Black Ops title, right?
Yeah.
Because, yeah, you can have Vanguard. Though, okay, maybe people aren't as interested in that one. But a Black Ops title this
Right.
happening to is a big deal.
Right, like Modern Warfare and Black Ops, I feel like those are generally the best received, even if they have a couple of like really mediocre or poorly received failures in between. But yeah, I think that with the release of Battlefield 6 and also Arc Raiders being so close, that also hurt it. So if it was just the bad quality, I don't know if I necessarily think that it would even be doing this bad, because people will still just shut up and consume content. But I think just all of these different like factors together have pushed it to be this. Also, Staccato, thank you so much for the 10 gifted memberships. Jimbo, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. Much appreciated.
That's $50 right there,
Yeah.
Staccato. Yeah. Thank you.
Hell yeah. Thank you
Hell
for
yeah, brother.
the gifteds. Also, Predon Corpse, thank you for the 2. Bear R2 clip is on the Discord if you decide to play it. Cool. Thank you. Thank you. It sounds like Ryan kind of already knows it, though. So it's not like a shocking reaction. Ryan's like waiting to see what could possibly be going wrong.
Well, I think Freedom Corpse thinks that I think it's like really fucking funny. I mean, it is kind of funny, but
I mean, it
it's
is
like,
funny.
I think he's expecting like some crazy reaction from me, because he super chats me all the time saying that, and I say RTU ate his daughter's eyes, suffer,
Yeah.
and it's like, yeah.
Yeah. But thank you guys for all of the gifteds and the donations, of course. It wasn't beyond the realms of possibility for Black Ops 7 to struggle in 2025. The shooter market is fierce, and the impact of rival franchises seems to have hit Black Ops 7 hard, as it's recorded the worst Japanese retail launch sales ever in the series. And this is my issue, is that sure, I think that yes, the competition is tough this year. I definitely think that Arc Raiders has taken a chunk of the market. Battlefield 6 has taken a chunk of the market. These journalists refuse to admit a decline in quality. They refuse to sit here and admit a major part of the problem. And yeah, I don't think it's fair to say 100% or 99% of the issue is just quality and maybe 1% is just people playing these other games. No, it's clearly closer to a 50-50. But I am so sick and tired of them constantly leaving out some piece of the information, some piece of the puzzle. And of course, people like you and I, right? We've been following this situation pretty closely. Fucking Nuketown, the 87th variant hitting me in the face. 1.7 user and a 69 critic. And the critic score has gone down a little bit, but a 1.7 user. And yeah, the problem's the campaign, the level of quality, them rehashing the same stuff over and over.
And also, a 69 on Metacritic is really fucking bad. Like from the critics. like that should be viewed even worse than like grade score, like, or letter grades in school. Like, if you think like a 60 would be, your D- or whatever, and like below that would be failing. That's almost how you have to view this, but it's not often we see shit that comes out that gets less than a 70 there. It really isn't.
Yeah.
So even that is pretty impactful that it's a 69.
Did you see the
And Black Ops 6 was Black Ops Cold War, right?
Black Ops 6, yeah.
And I actually thought that was pretty fucking good. I liked Cold War.
I think that again, right? Call of Duty has potential, but they don't know what the fuck it is that customers actually want.
You don't want Nicki Minaj?
No, not really. As somebody who's played every Call of Duty except for this one, yeah, no, I don't.
Okay, Cold War was 5. Okay, Black
Cold
Ops
War was
Cold was
5.
5. Fuck, what was 6
And
then?
then I don't even remember. I didn't play. I didn't play the campaign of 6. I did multiplayer for a stream. That's how bad it's gotten for COD. Oh yeah, and here's the IGN, which I'll bring up in a minute once you've looked it up. God, they need to pause these stupid videos.
Black Ops 6 came out last year. Jesus.
Yeah, Black Ops 6 was last year. I mean, COD basically gets a yearly launch.
Okay, well, okay, I did play 6. Okay, it was set after Cold War. This is the one that you're getting in the 90s when it's like Desert Storm and it's the fallout from the Cold War.
Oh, yeah.
I actually thought it was okay. I didn't mind that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't connect with it, but Ryan, did you see the IGN multiplayer review of this game? Which, by the way, that's how you fucking know that times are tough for IGN and they need to find a way to chill, because it's not just an overall game review, it's that now they have to split up the modes and rate the modes separately. What do you think they gave multiplayer for a score?
6.
They gave it an 8 and said it was
8?
great. They said, where the fuck did it go? Black Ops 7's multiplayer is fast, fun, and polished, and the return of traditional matchmaking, while keeping the option for SBMM, is the perfect approach to its lobbies. Yeah, they gave it an 8, and they said it was great, which is a classic IGN move. Everybody fucking hates something. Everybody's upset. What are they going to do? They're going to say it's awesome and it's cool. And this is, again, like a major problem, is that they're so desperate to find ways to shill for these large companies that now they have to separate the modes. It used to just be the game overall got a certain score. That was their opinion. But now it's, oh, we need to pick and choose. Well, technically, I think they gave the campaign a 6. So if the campaign gets a 6 and the multiplayer gets an 8, well, that's going to make it so much better for everybody. Let me see if I can find that real quick. They also had put up a post on X and about this, and then they got ratioed into oblivion, and then they deleted it.
They deleted it?
They did. They deleted it.
It's still
because
your
they were
review.
getting wrecked.
Take the engagement.
Because
Like,
they're stupid.
it's still the review on your fucking website.
Yeah, they gave the campaign a 6 and said that its campaign is a wild one thanks to the scope of its ambition, but the big swings it takes don't always land, leaving it an uneven step down from last year. I don't know.
I don't like that they did the futuristic shit. The thing I've always liked about Black Ops is that it's in the past.
Right.
And now when you did, and I guess I had forgotten that you had 6 that came out after Cold War. It was still connected to the story and everything, but that was set in the 90s during that era. But it was still in the fucking past. It's 30 years in the past at that point.
Right.
When you go so far in the fucking future, I don't know when is this one set?
This one's set
like 2050 or something. 2049.
7. What date is it set? Let me Google. 2035.
2035. Yeah,
It's
I don't
not
like
even that far away.
I don't do that. I don't like that.
Yeah. I'm so sad that Call of Duty's gotten to this point. We all had a bad feeling that Call of Duty was like after the, what was it, Ghosts, Advanced Warfare, after that like era, it was going to be hard for them to kind of recuperate, and they were going to find it tough to make people happy again. And even though for years and years and years they've been making bad content, people have still bought. But I think another issue they faced this year is that there are so many people that have just said, I don't want to pay that for Game Pass. I'm not gonna have that subscription anymore. I don't want to pay 70, 80, 80, 90. Never mind when you have upgrades that are fucking 10, 20, 30, $40. Never mind microtransactions. There's people that don't want to shell out an arm and a leg for another mid game. And Call of Duty has a lot going for it. But even as somebody who, I know there's people out there who say I'm a negative Nancy. Really, I'm too nice to a lot of games. As somebody who's played Call of Duty in the past for thousands and thousands and thousands of hours per entry, you're not going to get me to play this. I tried the open beta and didn't like any of the content I played, didn't like the multiplayer. I didn't like the zombies. And I'm the type person that even if I think the campaign sucks and the multiplayer's only okay, I'll still buy it for the zombies. Didn't this year. I didn't download it from Game Pass. I didn't support them because they don't deserve it. And this is what they get. It has the series low Metacritic user rating. And I'm glad. I really am.
Fuck 'em. Nuketown.
Whenever I fucking see Nuketown, it bothers me so much because Nuketown was cool. Nuketown was fun. But now every fucking map is just, how can we redo Nuketown? How can we capture the magic of Nuketown? I know, Nuketown's fucking 15 feet wide. Let's make a map that's 13 feet wide. It's smaller, it's fast paced. Fuck you. You're so stupid. These map designers all deserve to be thrown in the gulag. Get them out of here. Okay, between the blue-haired fucking nanny freaks and then the soy boy bitch ass developers, we need to bring back the studio parties, the Blizzard level parties. We need to bring back masculinity. And hey,
Bring back the Cosby Room.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we got to do. It's like it's like we've talked about on this channel. I know, sure, there are people that have bad things happen to them in this industry, and there's people who don't feel comfortable at their job at Blizzard because there's coke and booze and hookers. Listen, if we need to bring back frat boy studios, I'm okay with one or two people being uncomfortable if we're getting good games. It's a sacrifice that I think we should all be willing to make in life.
I'm willing if everyone's uncomfortable.
Yeah. You know, what in life is worth it if you're not a little bit uncomfortable to get it?
I think that is a very good, like a very poignant thing to say, to be honest with you. It applies to a lot of things in life.
Yeah.
Not
like,
just man,
I could get this sick car for $1 million. It hurts my wallet though. I'm a little uncomfortable with spending that much on the car. What does it matter? You have to be a little uncomfortable. And if one or two people at a studio,
I was thinking about maybe
happy,
more rewarding things in life, Vera, than like a fancy car that I got to spend $1 million on. But yes.
Well, to be fair, I was gonna list off like 4 things, but that's okay. That's all right. It doesn't matter. I don't give a fuck if a couple of people are uncomfortable. That's life.
Yeah, like, life isn't easy. I was thinking of sometimes you have to take a chance and put yourself out there and take a fucking risk. Sometimes you have to do those things. If you have to get a pep talk to do something in life that you're uncomfortable with, you're a little baby. Some people are scared. Some people have fucking fears. Don't be. And some people are scared. What's the worst that's going to happen? You're going to die. Either it will be instant or hey, on the bright side, you'll be dead in a minute. So what does it matter? Yeah. That's my mentality. It's either going to be instant, so then you don't know what happened, or hey, if half my body just got severed, well, I'll be dead in a minute. So I feel like we're talking about very different fucking things. You're talking about like jumping out of a plane or something. I'm talking about like making possible scenarios. I'm talking about making life choices, Vera. You're talking about I'm talking about the extremes because these activists act like everything is an extreme. If you criticize this black character, you're a fucking racist Nazi. If you don't actually show up to work with cupcakes on my birthday, you forgot me and you're not a good coworker and you deserve to be fucking canceled. These people go from 0 to 100.
So that's probably why my brain went to like 0 to 100 very, very quickly.
Probably.
But yeah, I don't know. Call of Duty sucks. Stop hiring. I think the crux of the issue is we need to just stop hiring as many women.
It'd probably help a lot of things in society, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, I genuinely think that's square one. And hey, I mean, I'm a woman too, right? So clearly, I'm not saying all women, right, need to get back in the kitchen.
Fewer women, yes.
Just fewer
Let's
women
be
in video
selective
games.
about the women that we allowed to vote and the women that we allowed to work. Yeah.
Yeah. I think humans in
To live.
general for voting need to be able to take a certain test and pass it and prove that they're smart enough. Because some of these TikTokers, I mean, they're a voting age.
I think the world would
That's
be better if
pretty
it had
bad.
about 4 or 5 billion fewer people in it, to be honest with you. So,
I'm right there with you. But anyway, completely off topic. Call of Duty, Black Ops 7, probably gonna be tough for Activision to make $1 billion on this. I mean, the report that I had read, I don't remember what the source is, so take what I say with a grain of salt, was that the development budget was like $450 million or like $400 million. That's wild. That's a lot of money. Never mind when you get to marketing, and Call of Duty always has massive marketing. So they need to make $1 billion easy on this. And Microsoft, of course, paid $69 billion for Activision Blizzard a couple of years ago. They also expected Call of Duty to be basically just an easy release every single year. That hasn't been the case for any of the Call of Duties that have released under them. I think it's looking bad for the 5 people in the audience that are playing the new Call of Duty. Speaking of which, if you've played the new Call of Duty, put a emoji in chat or put a 1 in chat. And everybody else, I don't know, what could we have them say? Put a 2, I guess. A 69, there you go. Because I have a feeling maybe there's like 5 people per 1,000 that actually are going to play this or buy it, and everybody else isn't, and rightfully so, because there's better games out there. New Call of Duty sucks. Hey, we have a
why
1.
do I have to click fucking show for like? Why all the 69s getting censored, Vera?
I don't fucking know. What is the word, guys? What is the word that keeps being? Oh,
it's 69.
Well, in the game streams, attractive for some reason, that word specifically, or when it's a combination of words like woman and then enter in hot or sexy or pretty or something. It's so stupid. YouTube sucks. Don't ban me, but YouTube sucks. Jose Otako, thank you for the 199. No ad tax. Much appreciated. Thank you for the 2. Addis, thank you for the 10. Sometimes you have to spend 40K on an online boat. I was on that boat, and I didn't even realize I was on that boat until after the stream. So there's a game that came out recently called Where Winds Meet, and it's a Chinese gacha slop game. And so if players spend like $40,000, they can get this like really, really cool looking boat. It's like an event for the server. I was on the boat. I just thought it was a pretty boat. I didn't realize some fucking no-life loser spent 40K on the game. The game's only been out like a week.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You
Never mind other microtransactions.
You were on their boat.
I was on the boat, didn't realize it. I just thought the boat looked cool. I was like, well, that's a pretty boat. It's not 40K worth of pretty, though. I would have left. If I knew that some loser spent 40K, I would have got off it. But thank you, Addis, for the 10. And Taker, thank you for the 2. Call of Duty sucks, and I miss you. I miss Call of Duty. Sad. Sad it's gotten to this point. What?
You could play it right now.
What do you mean I could play it right now? I'm not playing the new COD.
You could play old ones.
That?
You play old ones.
That's true. I mean,
Anything's possible.
2 years ago, they did fix the Xbox servers for the old CODs.
Hmm.
Yeah, I played a lot. I probably put another couple hundred hours into them.
God, a couple hundred hours.
I mean, I've put 100 hours into Arc Raiders in the past 2 weeks. Well,
Bro,
it's okay. It's just about 3 weeks. We'll push it and say 3 weeks.
that's
Ooh,
wild. That's
that's not even the
wild.
only game I've been playing. I've probably put like 40 into Where Winds Meet. I mean, I'm either
I
streaming games or playing games off stream. Which is it? Like, yeah, hey, what are my options to do today? Play game number 1, play game number 2, or play game number 3.
that's fucking nuts. I applaud
Sometimes I'll
you.
play games and listen to an audiobook at the same time. Ooh, I know.
Ooh,
Multitasking.
that has to be a book you've already listened to before, though, right?
No.
I can't do that. I get too because then you miss too much stuff. You know what I mean? If it's one you've never heard.
That's a full-time job. You know what's funny about that? It is my full-time job.
It's also DSPs.
Oh yeah, we should probably talk about DSP, huh?
Good transition point. Look at that.
It is.
That's
It
why I'm here.
is. Hey, Asmongold, read your XTMs, you lazy shit, or I'll stop talking about me like a bitch. He was very, very heated when he made this post, unless it was just pure bait.
That was on my birthday.
Yeah, but that's where this all started. So we thought, oh, this debate is going to happen between Asmongold and DSP. There were a lot of people that had a lot of very high expectations for it.
And this
Well-
just started because Asmongold reacted to a couple fucking videos,
Yeah.
like stupid videos of DSP doing something dumb. And I don't think Asmongold was overly vicious. He mostly just kind of laughed it off and it was like, yeah, that's fucking sad. It's pretty sad. You beg your audience for that stuff all the time. Wow, you really suck at Mario Kart, man. That's weird. Like it wasn't very aggressive at all from Asmongold.
No.
Nothing that I saw was, at least. And DSP's fucking furious, dude.
Well, because DSP knows, right, that he's such a big lol cow at this point. There are genuinely like so many people that dislike him. And so if you're somebody who's getting memed on in a stream of, I don't know, 30,000 people, right, you're going to get defensive, especially for somebody like DSP who views it as unfair that someone like Asmongold has more viewers than he does. And yeah, I mean, it was
Can we talk about how he changed his fucking name? The king is ready for the fall gaming season. Like, how
who
fucking
does
gay.
that
What a fucking loser. What a fucking queer
for
DSP
the
is.
fall gaming season? My God.
He was excited about the state of the gaming industry today. He basically was just agreeing with Asmongold with everything he fucking said at the latter part of that stream.
I mean, I guess, okay, I can understand a woman changing her name to something like that, but a man? That's...
The queen is ready for pumpkin spice latte season.
Okay, whatever you just said, never do that again.
What?
Never do that again.
That's what a woman would say.
Never do that again. So we have some clips. I don't know how many Ryan
Could you
has.
please get further away from the screen for this?
I haven't zoomed it in yet. Yeah, sure. No problem,
Jesus.
bud. No problem,
Yeah.
bud. How's that? Is that good?
Yeah, that's perfect. Thanks.
Min-maxing, seeing how many posts you can read at once.
God.
I just got here. Jesus, chill. So, DSP on what it would take for him to return to Twitch. Probably a fucking $5 bonus.
I wish that I could remember the actual, because he gave Asmongold a bunch of bullshit about, because he did get demonetized on there. He got removed from the partner program, and I think it was because of him saying the N-word during streams. But there was a different reason why he fucking left. and just like shut his shit down. Cause I think he shut his fucking Twitch down officially last year. There was a different, and I can't fucking remember it.
I don't remember it either.
The amount
We
of
just
fucking
listened to it
lies
only a couple hours ago. That's pretty bad.
The amount of lies he told in the fucking interview were like so crazy, but it's just what he does.
Well,
It is the pignosis that he fucking gets everybody into, where he just talks and babbles and yaps and yaps and yaps and mentions things that have some hint of reality to them, but completely skews it in a different perspective because he knows that there's only a handful of people that would be able to confront him and lay out the facts hard, and he will never be caught dead on a stream with any of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But here's the first clip.
World where you would ever go back to Twitch? Like, would they have to apologize to you? Like, what do you think it would take?
Would they have to apologize to you? Man.
There is a way that I would go back to Twitch.
Uh-huh.
If Dan Clancy stepped down and there was new management, then I would go back to Twitch.
Ryan, do you think Dan Clancy is going to step down because DSP wants him to?
Like, you know, the reason that he's saying this is just because Asmongold has been so critical of fucking Twitch lately. Like, that's what this was about for DSP. It was about trying to get a friend, right? And trying to get Asmongold over onto his side. And to me, that is why he's saying this shit about it. If Twitch came to DSP tomorrow and was like, hey, there's going to be no problem with your monetization. It's all good. Fucking you good to go, whatever. Boom. He'd be streaming there in a fucking heartbeat. He would.
Absolutely. Because it's a way to make money. And I'm not necessarily saying he shouldn't be focused on money, right? This is his job. But at the same time, like, he should just be open about that and be like, yeah, if they paid me or they let me back on the platform so I could get paid, I'd be fine with that.
Wow. So you want that guy gone?
I have no confidence in the people who are running that business that they're doing the right things or will ever change for the better. Like, take a look at the reaction to what happened to TwitchCon, right? They got they essentially have someone there who really doesn't want to be there, but they say, well, you got to kind of be there for the contract. Where's the security? Where is the attention to care for these people who you're making be there because they're your talent?
Yep.
And then what actually have they done? Can
you pause
in response to what happened?
Throughout the entire thing, Asmongold is just acting like he doesn't give a fuck about any of this, and that he's like very sarcastic about a lot of his replies. And yep. But the idea that DSP gives two fucks about what people's some bad experiences were at TwitchCon,
he doesn't care.
Two shits about that at all. It has nothing to do. This is a person who is always totally going to be focused on themselves. And if he thinks there's a benefit to him doing it, he would be on it. It didn't matter if they were fucking flaying children in the streets and killing them. He would not give a fuck. DSP would not give two shits.
Of course not, because DSP is only out for himself. And it's like we were talking about, I think it was right before we went live. The problem is that DSP constantly changes his stances on things depending on who he's around, because he always wants to be cool and relatable. DSP, he always wants to be the guy who, oh wow, somebody listens to speaking for the first time and you think to yourself, was I misled? Were people like lying about this guy because he seems pretty cool? Like, this is just the type of person that DSP is. And that's why these reaction channels do what they do so well, because it's not to him, the problem that he's facing isn't that people are taking his clips or his full live stream and then posting it. It's that people are actually transforming it and comparing what he said today versus what he said 6 months ago when they're conflicting statements. And that's what he hates. He hates when people do that.
And somebody said that he's like puts off social chameleon vibes. Yes, but he's really bad at it. Like,
absolutely.
He never comes off as likable. He never comes off as genuine. He just doesn't. That's why he can only get 200 or 300 people watching his streams, no matter how long he's been fucking doing this shit.
Yeah, because he's not consistent in any stance. Like, genuinely, what do you know that DSP stands for that you could dedicatedly say, I know for certain that he stands for this? Nothing.
Yeah, and even in this stream, later on, him and Asmongold were just talking about gaming and stuff, and They talk about the state of games and AAA games
I'm
and
so
indie
cool. I
games.
know games,
And
man.
a week ago, DSP was bitching about how this is the worst state the gaming industry
Yeah.
ever been in.
Yes.
And then honestly, with
exactly.
Asmongold, he's like, what do you think about the games? And Asmongold's like, I actually think that gaming's in a better place than we've been in a long time because it's so easy for people to get published and all these indie games that are doing great. And the AAA industry is fucked and all these games are coming out are stale and boring and, overproduced and everything. But the gaming sphere is in an awesome place right now. And DSP is like, I agree 100%.
Yeah, surely he agrees.
A week ago.
Right. Yeah. Because that's what he does.
At TwitchCon.
Well, they lied about it.
Apology.
Yeah.
Exactly. First they lied. You're
Yeah.
right. They lied and said it didn't happen like that or whatever. Then they doubled up. Oh no. Then there's an apology. Now, didn't this just happen a day or two ago? We did $100,000 donation.
Yes.
Okay, great. But what did you do to solve the problem? Who cares what money you gave? Did you actually change your culture, change the security? I don't care what money you threw because you have big dollars. Fix the fucking problems. Then maybe people will be happy. Why do you avoid the problems? People call them out for this shit all the time and they don't actually address the problems. So I'm not going to go back.
Do you see?
Oh yeah, guys, he's definitely not gonna go back because like you said, if they reinstate his account tomorrow, surely he's not interested in going back. We know that that's bullshit. And again, I don't necessarily blame him because this is his job, and if he needs to make money on a platform, I get that.
He's trying to
But
make it
he
on some
shouldn't
principle,
lie.
and DSP has no fucking principles.
No, he
The
doesn't.
reason DSP is in the situation he is because he's fucking one of the laziest people in the fucking world, right? Like, that is why he is at where he's at. This fucking idiot, somehow, some way, in the beginnings of YouTube gaming, did have a massive channel for the time, did have a lot of views for the time. And because he was so fucking lazy that he refused to get a capture card, that he refused to actually put any effort into anything, he fell behind because he was fucking lazy. And anybody that told him to do stuff, he just fucking attacked relentlessly. It's another part of this entire interview where DSP is pretending that he doesn't mind, I don't mind people criticizing me. That's their right. They can do that. Free speech. This is a dude who has tried to fucking dox and get rid of and deplatform every fucking person he possibly could who made fun of him, even if the things were transformative. The first guy, the very first dude, I'm sure Gundam would know his name, Andy TV or whoever the fuck it was that did the very first this is how you don't play video. Yeah. He fucking went he was on a holy war with that guy for like 10 fucking years.
Yeah. That's wild.
The idea that it's transformative, no problem. And it's all, everything that comes out of this motherfucker's mouth is such bullshit.
Right. Exactly. Evil
AJ. Thank you. Evil AJ. Yes. Thank you, chat. Evil AJ. Now, Evil AJ would also, he fucking trolled the shit out of DSP. He would join Street Fighter.
Yeah, but trolling isn't illegal. Trolling isn't a problem.
But what I'm saying, because it went on for this long and because he hated him so much, he would then, when DSP was streaming Street Fighter, he'd try to join and get paired up with him so he could beat the shit out of him.
I'd do the same thing. Yeah. Next clip is DSP Gaming tells Asmongold he begs and successfully gets $300 every day.
Do you think you mention the amount of people?
You go back to the beginning of the clip.
You
started 16 seconds in.
For money a lot.
Oh, whoops.
You ask for money a lot. Because I'll see there'll be a new video and it'll pop up on my YouTube recommendeds on my smart TV, and it will just show up. And it's there's a new one every day. How many times a day do you think you mention the amount of people, something in relation to you receiving money?
Every time that I receive something, I do a shout out. So you could argue
besides
that's not the fucking question, and you know it.
It's not the question. No, it's not. But he's gonna pretend it is.
Well, whenever you make a call, how often do you make a call to action or draw attention to the fact that you can donate money to your stream?
Every morning when I start, I bring it up. I'll say, oh, here's where we are with our goals for the week. And, here's what we're doing today with this and that. And here's how you can contribute. And then, during the course of if I'm doing a podcast or whatever, I might bring it up halfway through the podcast or near the end of the show. If we're near hitting a goal.
Do you think that they want?
But that's just a blatant lie. And I think that he believes everybody is too stupid to know that. There's literally half-hour videos that will go up on a single stream of his where he goes, man, tips are low today. I haven't gotten any money today. We're so far from the goal. We're still, significantly, we've only gotten $5, so we're still $500 away from the goal. Like, it's a lie.
It is a lie. And look, we get super chats on this stream, and that's awesome. And maybe once in a while, like maybe at the start, we'll be like, hey guys, just so you know, if you give us $100, we'll take shots or whatever.
That's chat. If you give us $100, we'll take shots, and if you don't, this cat will go hungry.
Yes, that is the difference. That is the fucking difference, right? It's constantly, I'm in a really bad place. DSP's been in the same financial fucking
this
circle
cat's gonna fucking starve.
Where he's guilt tripping his audience for years and years and years.
Yeah, and he doesn't care. He does not give a fuck.
Want you to do it?
Do they want me to ask for contributions actively?
Yes.
No.
Oh, okay.
But they want me to succeed.
Okay.
They want you to succeed.
There was a day I actually tested it out. Not once did I ask for a contribution during an entire day.
So you went a whole day without asking for money?
Yes.
Wow, guys, that's stunning. One whole day.
And that's what I mean with this interview. So I think a lot of people felt that Asmongold was going to be really fucking contentious and like call him out. And I never thought it would be this way. But Asmongold throughout the entire thing, for the most part, is asking very sarcastic things like that. He knows what he's doing, right? So you went one whole day without asking for money. And DSP would go on to reference this one single day as the example that what he does is successful. This is why he is successful. And it's proven because on one day he didn't ask for money and he only got $30. And then he had to continue asking for money again after that.
Damn. That's so sad, guys. DSP only got the $30. I think that as a streamer, it's always so interesting to see people like DSP act this way because when it comes down to it, sure, there are going to be days where donations are higher. There's going to be days where donations are lower, but still, ultimately, to sit here and bitch about it and complain about it, that's the issue, right? It's not when you're starting a stream being like, hey guys, if you're enjoying, give it a like, donate, I appreciate the support. Because I think like most streamers that are not already like millionaires, right? They'll do that and that's fine. But DSP knows that that's fine. But he also knows that he's being completely disingenuous because that's not the problem people have with him.
Yeah. I made $30.
Well, what's the average that you made? Well, okay, that's fine. But like, what's the average though? Like,
I would say each stream. Oh, wait. What's the average that I try?
Get Asmongold.
Yeah.
What's the average?
What's the average? A day.
Stream,
yeah, a day.
I have a
You
goal.
said you do
Each stream.
I think Asmongold just asked that question 3 fucking times. On average. My God, DSP, listen.
Stream that I do, I have a goal of $150, and I stream twice a day.
So you want $300 a day?
I would like that. I don't always get it. I do sometimes, and that's nice when I do.
What's the ratio that you get $300 in a day? Like how like what percent you get it half the time? 20% of the time?
I would have to analyze. I would say today I actually get it more often than not. Today.
Wow.
Like it didn't used to be like that. It used to be.
But we also have to remember the goals are different, right? Like the goals continue to ramp up, and if it hits these goals, there's like goals for the week that add up for the week that then you get a DSP tries it at the end of that fucking week where you get to watch him fucking
I get to
down
eat
Burger
Taco
King.
Bell this week. Whoa, that's crazy. I think DSP is such a fucking funny, bad liar.
And then what happened is in the last year and a half, I admitted to the WWE Champions thing. I apologized for it to everyone for lying over the years. I said, listen,
So it's all fine then, right? And this is what it is. Like current DSP is always different than old DSP. Current DSP is always never doing anything wrong and everything, but old DSP did a bunch of shit wrong. Old DSP did all these things wrong, but in the moment it wasn't actually wrong, but now I realize that it is and I've changed and blah, 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 all this shit. But current DSP is never, ever responsible for anything. He is never doing anything wrong. And I tell you what, a fucking year from now, because he's going to get mad because some people are going to react to these Asmongold clips, or Asmongold's going to make another comment about him on stream and he's going to freak the fuck out about it. And a year from now, he's going to look back at the things he's doing now and say, I was doing these things wrong. I was an asshole back then. I shouldn't have done those things, but now I don't. And now I just want people to come and see the content for me because I'm having fun and I'm enjoying life. And I just want people to have fun in my community while I wring them dry.
Absolutely.
As you can see, my money is actually going towards the set. It's going towards the business. It's going towards important things.
Yeah.
You know, I'm out of financial distress thanks to you guys. Thank you so very much. I'm so grateful that my fans are supporting me.
Is there, well, let's just say, is there a number that's like, you know, semi-reasonable that you would get to and you would say, okay, I'm now making this much money on my streams. I don't need to ask people for money anymore. Like, is there ever going to be a universe where you stop asking for money?
No.
That's a good question, but okay, let's think of this reasonably, right? Like, cost of living.
Okay, so the answer is no.
No, it's not true. Okay, here's.
And then DSP follows it up with, "That's not true." Just say, I don't know, if I'm making fucking 100 grand a month, I'd be happy and I wouldn't be saying anything. Like, at least come up with some kind of fucking answer. It could be astronomically high. Okay, that's his take. But he couldn't even, like, come up with any answer. I don't know, 20, 25, 30, 50, 100. You could say $1 million a month. It'd be a stupid answer to give. But I guess technically it'd be an answer.
People have said to me, listen, I know, man, they are paying well, and I don't know how they're doing it.
Well, I mean, it's pretty obvious how they're doing it. They're using Kick as a loss leader for stake, and then they're paying for it by the losses that people lose in gambling. That's how they're doing it. We're getting paid from people that are too stupid to figure out math and play slots. That's how it happens. That's what's happening. Yeah. I mean, that's that's the way it goes, right? I mean, it's a redistribution of wealth. You don't know how to do math? That's too bad.
I think that this is so funny because, you know, all the money DSP has spent on microtransactions in games that he doesn't play anymore. He clearly knows about losing and gambling. And
the funny thing is, they talked about the WWE Champions thing here, and we know that he has admitted to it finally after all this fucking time. But even then, it's not like, even then he tries to play it off, right? And well, these people thought that I fucking had this, but really I fucking didn't. I had this different account here. And he did admit that he spent somewhere between $15,000 and $25,000 on WWE Champions. He did say that during this stream, although people do have a lot of transactions that indicate it's far more than that.
Right. But at least it's some kind of piece of admittance. Right. Exactly. Jimbo, thank you for the 199. Thank you for the 5 WWE Champions tax. Yes.
And it's also funny because so this is the view from Asmongold's stream. On DSP's stream, do you want to know?
It's just his face. Isn't it?
His screen. That is all he did for DSP.
That's crazy.
No Asmongold, just Asmongold's voice and just DSP's face full fucking screen.
I think I have. Oh, I don't have it. I thought that I had it up as a tab. I don't, but like, you are reaching an audience of ultimately millions and millions of people. And you basically begged for this interview. Right? And you can't even show the other person you're talking to like a shred of fucking respect. That's crazy to me. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I have like some kind of moral, ethical code, but that seems kind of fucked up. Bumblebee, thank you for the 10. Vera, thoughts on Minecraft? Minecraft's cool. And could we see a gaming stream with you and Ryan? FML Gaming. I think in a couple weeks, I'm going to force Ryan to play a video game with me. I know. Crazy.
Minecraft's fun.
Minecraft is fun. Yeah. I don't know what game we're going to play, though. I mean, if it's still... Unless something else comes out, I mean, it'd probably be Battlefield 6, Arc Raiders. I don't know, something like that. I'm not playing Black Ops. Nobody ask, or I'll ban you. Hypernauts, thank you for the 10. I love how Zach told him how bad he was at Donkey Kong, and then DSP made excuses, and then Zach was like, so it's the game's fault? And he's like, well, not exactly. Zero accountability. Yet DSP doesn't know what the term zero or accountability means. Like, it's always, like we just saw, oh, in the past I did something, or in the past I acted that way. And he blames every game. I think every single time I actually like see it's not him begging and it's him actually playing a game, it's always the game is broken, it's glitched, it's the developers are bad. Never him.
Yeah, for sure. And Cat's butthole in the chat is like really desperate to get my attention for some reason today. Ryan, you really shouldn't be so judgmental. I know what you are like when the camera is off. Well, one Cat's butthole. I highly fucking doubt that, but I also do not give a fuck. I'm not the fucking moral authority. I'm not a perfect person. I fucked up a lot of times.
Hey, that might be Jon Snow. He might be back. Maybe
it is Jon Snow. But either way, Cat's butthole, literally reach around and go fuck yourself, you cocksucking pile of cum guzzling shit.
Well, to be a cocksucker, that means he at least needs to be able to get gay action, and I don't think that he does, so.
Yeah, probably not.
Benefit there for them to keep it going. Do they think it's...
Can you share my screen? I've got a couple good clips, I think.
There you go.
I've got a couple good clips. This was one of the funniest parts when DSP was talking about, and his is true when it comes to this, that DSP is tough to find because when you look up DSP, all you fucking find, all you see are all the detractor channels. And Asmon was very base when he brought up and named DSP's detractors. He just searched YouTube.
I just searched DSP myself. So DSP tries it Memeology 101. Is this your main channel?
That is
okay,
not
that's
me.
not your main channel. Okay, let's scroll down.
And I mean, Asmongold knows exactly what he's doing here too.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
How about Raw Phil? Is that your main channel?
Nope.
That's
He's my number one thief.
Okay, well, here's another one. I even recognize this name, Duty Streams. This one also isn't your main channel either, right?
Nope. These are all my detractors.
Okay. All right. Mighty D. This isn't you, is it?
Nope.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, Robust Urban Garlic. All right. This is again not you. All right.
I don't think so.
So I think that you're actually right about this. I don't where the Snort Burnell. That's you. No.
Well, I do snort sometimes on the stream, but no, that's not my channel, sadly.
So okay? So you snorted before on the stream, and this has got to be Photoshop. Yeah, okay, it is that one's Photoshop. All right, it looks
It's
like
gotta
my hair,
be.
not yours.
Bro, all these people. DSP didn't make himself a lol cow. It's other people who made him one.
You're just talking about the lolcow universe.
Well, I didn't want to use that word, but yeah.
But listen, the thing is, I used to be so angry when people called me a lolcow, but now I understand. If you're a lolcow, it's not because of your choice. It's because people have made you a lolcow. Like they have chosen to try to elicit a kind of reaction from you.
He says it's so fucking stupid.
You can't even say it right, yeah. But it's not because you did anything wrong. It's not because it can't possibly because DSP and DSP's reactions and his behavior over the past 10 years. It can't be because of that. It has to be because other people have made him into that and are choosing to portray him like that.
Yeah.
Chosen to try to elicit a kind of reaction from you. They're going to try to get your goat every day on stream. And you're human. You're going to give them that reaction every once in a while. If that's what they want. Now you're a lolcow. They got the laugh out of you, right?
Right.
So you could call me a lolcow. I don't care. Okay. Really, at this point, it's just
I think that he does care though. Like somebody doesn't act the way he does if they don't care. Genuinely. He's constantly going on and on about people coming into streams and being mean and trying to get reactions out of him. And oh my gosh, these people are making money off of me. But again, he's just a straight up liar.
Yeah, and I mean, this thing went on almost 2 hours. We
Yeah.
weren't going to react to it because we've been reacting to little clips and it's taken for fucking ever. Ultimately, I think a lot of people viewed the interview as some kind of big letdown because I think they thought that Asmongold was going to try to stick it to him or whatever. He let DSP talk and DSP lie and DSP kind of embarrass himself. And it's going to give a lot of good moments to fucking people that will break them down and will do all of these things. Ultimately,
Right.
I don't know if I feel like reacting to an hour and 45-minute fucking interview that'll take us 4 hours to react to. But it's just more of the same of what we've seen from Phil his entire fucking life and his entire YouTube content
Yeah.
time. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Absolutely. That's just how it goes.
Yeah, we can see what this is here. I forget which one I bookmarked here.
Okay, go
Here's
ahead.
the question.
I had this one bookmarked
Your honest
too.
answer to this.
Oh, this is actually great because it's like they spend an hour with Asmongold asking Phil questions about things.
Right.
And he's like, you can ask me questions if you want. And the first thing that he wants to know is what Asmongold thinks about him.
Yeah. Like out of everything you could fucking ask, and that's your question.
Okay, go
Here's
ahead.
the question.
Go ahead.
Your honest answer to this, please.
I'll give you an
okay?
honest answer.
You've seen the clips of how I ask for contributions.
Yeah. I'm not even really sure. So yeah, those are like, but okay, so I guess I was right at least about all of those. And I do think that, I mean, the asking for money thing, definitely you do it a lot. I definitely think you do it a lot. But you know, it's like that's the way somebody's gonna do their stream. I mean, fuck, like that's not my problem, right? I mean,
here's the question.
Okay, go
here's
ahead.
the question.
Go ahead.
Your honest answer to this, please.
I'll give you an
okay?
honest answer.
You've seen the clips of how I ask for contributions
Yes.
on my streams and everything. I've just told you, in general, more often than not, I actually hit these goals.
Yes.
Okay? So if I have an audience that comes to my stream every day, enjoys the content enough to support it, doesn't mind me asking like that, is there a problem?
And the goals that he's talking about is that $300 a day, right? So he's basically saying he's making $300 a day.
Yeah, but he's making way more than that though, because
Well,
that
right.
might
There
be
are
the
days
bare
where he'll
minimum
get way
fucking goal,
more.
but there's a bunch of different fucking goals after that. And the idea
Right.
that it doesn't turn anyone off, that he hasn't fucking banned people in the chat for getting upset at him for asking for money so much, that he hasn't gone on to berate them, that he hasn't doxed people in his fucking Discord, like that none of this shit's happened, is just fucking straight up lies.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, I think that you're introducing a bit of a fallacy there, aren't you? Because there are a lot of people that also don't like it. So you're kind of comparing it to an unknown. So like if you're not doing it and you're not asking for the money, there's not really a control group that you can look at and say, okay, well, with me doing this, I'm making this much money, but if I stop doing it, I would make a different amount of money.
But I already told you that I tried that. I did. I had
for
a
a
day where I
day,
did
right?
not ask, and I made $30.
I mean, would you really say that doing it for a day would be a good point to kind of? I mean, is that really like? I mean, I get it. It's something, right? But like in a general sense, I feel like, and also, I mean, do you think that it's worth the negative sentiment and negativity where people have this perception of you of like being a beggar and like because you're. It's hard to measure the negative effect of that because you don't know how many people choose not to watch because of something like that, right? So it's very hard for you to come, like not you, but like for a person to come to a conclusion with that answer because it's just impossible to know. That's what I would say.
Okay. Now, in regards to what you're saying here, okay, you're saying basically maybe if I didn't ever ask for contributions, I'd actually get more viewers or whatever.
I think it would,
I get that.
yeah.
But here's the thing, and this is I've been there. Maybe I know you have detractors too. I just don't know.
Every streamer has detractors. Yeah.
Right. For me, okay.
I love
if
how he
I
goes
right now
to make it look like he's actually thinking about it. I don't think DSP's smart enough to even like he's not even smart enough to comprehend as Asmongold's talking and he has to re-clarify it in simpler terms. Like holy shit.
It's just fucking bloviating, right? It is this fucking word salad of
It really
of shit that he's never really fucking going to change anything or do anything different. He's never going to stop doing what he's doing, and he's just trying to justify it because it can't. It is just the only world that it could be his reality is one where he's not doing anything wrong. Everyone else has a negative perception of him, not because it's his fault, but because the detractors are making it so.
Right.
He wouldn't even give Asmongold a straight answer when he first brought this up about how often do you beg?
Right.
And he's like, you know, I occasionally mention it sometimes. Come on, dude. Come on.
Turkey said to my audience, guess what, guys? I'm never going to ask for a contribution ever again. All right. And I literally did it, and I never did it. That moment, my detractors would move on to another thing that they don't like about me, and that would become the next meme. And the reason that I know that, they've already done it tons of times over the years.
Like with the wrestling game.
But that was a thing for a big time. It is still a thing. Now, because last year I admitted to it, it's in the past. Now it's the begging. That's the new thing. So now the begging is the problem. But what about all the other streamers who ask for contributions? Oh, well, that's fine. But because DSP does it, it's not good. Right? Just because of me, because I'm doing it. Anyone else can do it, it's fine.
He doesn't just ask for contributions. He openly voices his like disgust for his audience if they don't donate. And that's the problem that he probably understands, but he doesn't want to admit to. Like if I was sitting here being like, let's say for argument's sake, we haven't gotten a donation in an hour and a half this entire stream. Wow, guys. Well, we didn't get any support. Like, it's just the disgust that he voices.
I guess we're gonna have to cancel this stream.
Yeah, I guess.
Nobody's interested. I'm not getting the support.
Yeah,
we like doing FML together, and I know some people appreciate it. You're watching, you come back, you watch the content, but obviously,
watching
it's not that
isn't
important.
enough.
So it's not enough. So I can't keep doing this. I have to do something else with my time. Like that's what it would
terrible.
be. Every fucking day.
That's why I never have done like donation based like full playthroughs. I've never been like, oh, I'm not gonna stream this game during the next stream because donations are too low, because I think that's pretty fucked up. But he will do that. That's his entire shtick for video games at this point. If it doesn't make money, well, guys, you should be worried that I won't play this again. Even if you're enjoying watching, it's not good enough.
You could have entire people who are based on doing things on their streams that you think are immoral or whatever. That's okay. But if DSP asks for contributions from active viewers who like the content, that's not acceptable. So if I were to not do that, it would just be another thing and another thing. And that's the thing. I don't care. And this maybe will be shocking to people. I don't care about people who don't like me.
Understandable. I mean, I'm the same way. I have a lot of people that don't like me, and you've just got to deal with it.
He doesn't care about the people that don't like him.
Yeah, this is somebody who's gone out of their way in every way they can try to stop people that don't like him, to try to shut them down. Like one of the biggest lies that have been told on this fucking stream.
Yeah. So funny.
And it's all in an effort to get Asmongold and Asmongold's audience to like him.
Oh, of course, because he's hoping that during his stream tomorrow or the next day, those people will show up. And he's going to do the same or, okay, maybe for 2 or 3 days he'll be better. But after that, once that surge of maybe 200 or 300 people goes away, he's just going to go back to doing the same shit that he has been doing. It's not like he's going to see, you know what? People actually like me when I'm being nice and I'm not being rude. So maybe I'm going to change my behavior based on that. Because he can't do that. But I don't think DSP cares.
No, I get it.
I'm not here to appease these people, because these people are never going to come to my stream and support the content. They don't care. They're just there to either make fun of me or make a buck by making fun of me. So therefore, why do I give a shit what they say? I'm doing good. I'm hitting my goals. I'm doing well for myself. Why do I care that someone says that I beg too much? My audience doesn't. So why do I care? If my audience outright said to me right now, Phil, you're going overboard. This is ridiculous. And they have done that, to be fair.
And did you dial it back?
Yeah, course correct, right? You got to adjust on the fly. You got to listen to that constructive criticism, and you have to adjust.
Bro,
If you give me $50, I will take
Take a
your
shot.
criticism into consideration.
This is such a misrepresentation of how he has operated for 15 fucking years.
Yeah, it is.
15 fucking years.
Yep.
You can't just keep doing the wrong thing, because if I was doing the wrong thing, I wouldn't be successful.
Uh-huh.
But I am. I'm hitting my goals. I'm doing well. Like I said, this is one of the best year, probably the best year in 10 years that I've had. How am I doing something wrong? You know, I'm making do the only way that I can. You know, like we just talked about some other people. We talked about Boogie and Wings.
Yeah.
They found success by actually kind of stepping away from their individual content and doing a whole lolcow focused show.
Yeah.
They basically made a public spectacle of themselves. They embarrassed themselves to make money, and it worked. You know, Wings has actually outright said, dude, I made money like a doctor. Now I have money in the bank, so I don't have to worry so much about my normal stream. I don't ever want to do that. I want to just exactly.
Yeah.
And I had him on the show about a month ago, and I commended him. I said, sir, you need praise for that, because I couldn't do that. I'm the kind of guy, if I was put in that situation because I was offered to be on that show,
yeah,
I can't. Like, it would drive me nuts. I would hate myself. I would hate the content I'm putting.
The things that are being scrolled through. He's searching DSP Mario Kart right now, right? The things that they're scrolling through is so funny. But like ultimately, at the end, when they stopped talking about the drama, they were just talking about games and stuff like that. They had a little good back and forth, and Asmongold's like, I'm gonna start up a podcast. Maybe you could be a host on it. And DSP's so fucking excited.
Even though he just said I wouldn't do something long term because I wouldn't feel good about myself. 2 seconds later, ooh, a treat. I'll do it.
But the thing is, whenever Phil gets anything like this that happens to him, he immediately sabotages it and torpedoes it and it fucking goes wrong. So that will happen.
Oh, absolutely. But yeah, I didn't feel like we really needed to sit and watch a 2 fucking hour interview. We'd probably hate ourselves by the end. It would have taken 4 hours.
Yeah, I already want to kill myself enough right now. That would have done the fucking job. So
all you need is an energy drink. You'll be back to your happy-go-lucky self.
Yeah, maybe.
That's what I do. Works for me. Jimbo, thank you for the 10. DSP may be the most well-known streamer who has failed to properly monetize that notoriety and is almost exclusively monetized by others. Yeah, I can't think of anybody else who's on that scale. Sure, there are streamers, right, who get clipped and there's channels dedicated to them, but we're not talking about ones that are, I would say, as intense as DSPs and the amount of DSP ones and how much they make off the channels versus how much DSP makes. Yeah. Thank you for your dono. Cabal, thank you for the 5. Compulsory-based donation streams is a good way to get me to never watch the channel. I don't understand this guy's appeal. I think that if we're talking about in very specific situations, like, oh, let's say for 100,000 subscriber stream, we do something special, like, oh, something happens at $5 or $10 or something like that. I think that that's, different. But yeah, on a long-term scale, I think that that is absolutely ridiculous. And Jimbo, thank you for the $2 super chat for the end of the evening. I'll just wait for Gundam's Autistic Breakdown. He did a stream. He was live streaming it while it was happening. I mean, I'm sure he's going to do some videos, but he was on that shit.
I didn't get able to. I was out while it was happening, which is why I had to watch the stream in like 2 times speed to catch up on it. I was not watching Gundams, unfortunately, but
yeah.
It was and I see Clandestine in the chat is talking about how, not gonna lie, DSP had some like base takes in the gaming industry or some shit.
Yeah, but does he actually believe those takes?
No. He was saying the opposite of what he was saying a week ago.
Right.
Because he was trying to parrot Asmongold.
Yep. Because he knows Asmongold's audience and he wants as many of those audience members to go over to his stream as possible and go over to his content as possible. And that's what he did. I mean, clearly it worked to a certain extent, right? Because there's people who in Asmongold's audience who I'm sure went over and were like, oh, whoa, maybe I've had him, pegged a little bit wrong. Maybe my opinions on this guy have been a little bit wrong, or maybe I've been a little bit unfair. I'm sure that has happened now, but if those people will stick around, Probably not. But it is what it is. Ryan, what have you been up to? What are your plans? What are you doing?
Nothing. You can subscribe to my
Fair.
channel. I'll have more clips, or I'll have more videos out. You can also catch me on Geeks and Gamers
Yep.
every day at 11 in the morning. You can catch me on Friday Night Tights. I don't fucking know. That's what I'm doing.
Ryan's ready to go to bed. And
I'm ready to
guys,
go to. I'm ready to go to my deathbed. Honestly. Yeah.
ooh, not so happy. Damn. The joy is leaving you very quickly. Of course, guys, you can find me here on this channel. Subscribe if you haven't already. I do have a second channel, Varadark Reviews, where I put up the clips from my live streams. Monday nights, FML. Next week will be over on Ryan's channel. So again, subscribe if you haven't already. Wednesdays, Vera and Virtue Show. And of course, gaming streams Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, Sundays, 7 p.m. Eastern. I've been playing through Total Chaos that came out a couple of days ago with Shadow Drop during the Xbox event. After that, I'm not exactly sure what we're going to be playing next week. Lots of stuff comes out, so who knows how long this game will take to get through. I've been playing a lot of Arc Raiders as well. And Dan, thank you for the 10 right at the end of the stream. I never watched any DSP live streams, and sure, I'll just continue laughing at him. Suck at video games on somebody else's clips. Phil is always a big liar. There's better live streams for me to watch. It's true. Definitely.
Steven Strange for 2 says DSP needs to contact Jeremy and get some grifting lessons over on Rumble.
Maybe. It'd probably help him out a lot. But yeah, guys, with that being said, that is going to be the end of the live stream. Thank you all so much for being here the past few hours. Live again tomorrow evening, 7 p.m. Eastern, playing more video games. Thank you all for your direct donations, for your gifted memberships, for your re-up memberships. Yes, Bilbo was so grateful for you to be here as well. He's sleeping and doesn't give a fuck. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you for stopping by, and have a very good rest of your evening, everyone.